Oh. Hi guys. You might remember this little project. I was asked whether it be possible to make an electric pop boat. In other words, heat the boiler with something like this. Induction coil. Now I've put some water, just check here, that's cooled down. I'll put some water in there. This is a steel drinking straw. So that's got water in it. What we'll do is we'll put this round it and give it, that'll be about 8 volts. And see if we can actually heat the water up. I'm not going to fuss with trying to make a coil or anything, we just want to see whether it'll heat that up. If it heats that up to boiling point, then we'll get steam come out either end. And for it to work on a pop boat, it's got to do that really quickly. Hang on, might be better if I plug that in first. So, power on. Put that on there. We're using a steel drinking straw because apparently copper doesn't work very well for the induction. Well, we're certainly not getting steam shooting out either end. I could up the voltage, but bear in mind we actually want to put this on a pop boat. You get very little power out of a pop boat. So the more battery you supply, the heavier it is, the more mass you've got to move. So you're on a performance cycle. The more power you're giving it, the bigger the battery, the heavier it's going to be. Right, nothing much seems to be happening. We're certainly not getting water shooting out. Because pop works on, creates steam, pushes the water up the pipes. As it's going up the pipe, the steam condenses and it collapses back down again. So it's a pop, 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 like that, or should be. So nothing much is happening there. Wires are warming up. We don't want to overheat the wires. So take that off. Run my hands gently along it. It is hot, but it's not too hot for me to touch, so it's clearly nowhere near boiling. And we have still got water in there. So I suppose this is stage 2 of the experiment. With 8 volts, we're not getting enough. We're warming up the wires, so we're drawing current, but we're not getting enough to actually heat up that steel pipe and create steam. And we need it to happen quickly. There's no point in sitting there and waiting for 10 minutes for it to warm up. Let's just give it another, there'll be less water in there, so it's got a chance of heating up a bit more. I don't think we're getting anywhere near the heat we need. Well, that was too hot to touch then, so it had warmed up quite a bit. Probably get a steam shoot on my hand now, having said it's not working. The circuit's getting hot in my hand as well, the circuit board. Oh, yes. Hope you saw that. We had a pop. What should have happened then is the water should have run up the pipes and then collapsed back down in again, and it needs to reheat it again. It also needs to be a closed circuit. It should be into water, so water's drawn back in again, so it doesn't run dry. So say apparently copper is no good for the pipe. I'll put a link to a video done by, who was it? Great Scott, where he did a bit of induction coil stuff with different materials, copper and steel, and found that steel is the best one to heat up because of the eddy currents, which are the things that actually cause the heat. Well, we had one little pop and that was it so far. I've no idea how I'd be able to create a suitable boiler. These wires are warm, they're not too hot, but they're warm, so they're obviously drawing current. Probably flattened the battery by now. You're supposed to run this for a matter of seconds. If I come along one way a bit. It also needs to be right in the middle. Yeah, that is too hot to touch if I get right to the middle, but we're not boiling. And there's still some water in there. Let's just try heating up the very end, see if we can get it to go red hot or anything without water in it. We had a hiss as the water ran through it. Let's put a bit more water back in there. Video is running a bit longer than I intended it to, sorry about that. Because to be honest, I expected no success whatsoever, but we did get a pop. A single pop, but it was a pop. Keep checking the temperature of these wires. Like I say, they're warm. So maybe a 3S might do it. This is a 2S. It should take up to 12 volts, the circuit board. But like I say, whether we can get it within the weight, suitable weight for it actually to work. The board is getting hot in my hands here now. I think we've probably got too much water in there now. It's having to heat up too much mass. It won't be heating the water direct. It's the steel pipe that's getting heated. That's my understanding. Oh, a little dribble came out there. It's almost getting too hot for me to hold. Well, believe it or not, I think this is more of a success than I expected. It's still a complete failure, but it did heat the water enough just now to actually push one pop out, but then there was virtually no water left in there. And obviously the other thing would be to try and find a smaller steel pipe. I don't think it's going to happen while that pipe's full of water. We had a pop when there was just a little bit of water left in there, and it was able to heat that up. That is hot. That is too hot to hold. So ideally, smaller pipe, bigger battery. And even then, I don't know if we'll have enough power to actually push a pop boat forwards. That'll do. This video's gone on for far too long. Yeah, there's a bit of steam there, or vapour. That'll have to do. It gets it hot, but it's not doing enough. So, bigger battery, smaller pipe.
Thanks for watching. If you want more information, check down below in the video description. If you like this video, you might like this one up here. And if you want to subscribe, you can check out my channel over here. Up here is my latest video on my channel, and down here is a video playlist associated with the video you've just watched. Thanks again for watching.